listen. They don't listen to comprehend. They listen to be entertained. Now we gonna get over here to Monster. To Monster. And I'm gonna allow, who is this? Cartoon News Network, CNN. They did a video. Whack 100 exposes snitch Dale Monster Morrison. Let's get into this clip right here. Shout out and salute to them.
Okay, now let me just wake y'all up. You see Dale Morrison?
Oh, yeah.
That's victim number one, the dude getting extorted. That's the dude they say loose cannon robbed. That's the dude y'all saw Sylvester going to pick the money up from when the fed was giving the money. That's him.
God,
let me tell you who all on there. One of them is like, that's Red Mike, brother. He really ain't from 60s. But all right, so top row, right? You got Ronnie Mack, he from 60s. Lamont from 60s. You got Frederick, which is Hop. He from 60s. Blueface from 60s. I don't know JJ, this other dude. All right, so the middle row is Loose Cannon, Frank, Big U.
oh my God.
You got Bear Claw, that's Big U right-hand man.
God,
You got Faye, which is Red Mike, brother, right? You got Scrooge them up. The bottom Mexican, his wife called me yesterday, found my number on the internet and said they told on him he sold him some guns once or twice, but he don't really know them. The niggas at the bottom, I don't know, but you got about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There's 9 of them on there. That's 6.
God, oh my God.
And it's a nigga named Monster, a.k.a. Dale. This is why Luce did what he did a couple months ago. He called me out of nowhere and said, record this call. And I didn't realize who was on the call. I'm going to find it. I got the nigga on the call.
God,
He's saying he got to go lay down and do 10. And he said straight up, he told on Big U for extorting.
West side, I won't deny you. I'm a slave rider. You don't.
What it called the Three Fingers Whack is referring to in a minute. But first, according to a news release on Wednesday, July 23, 2014, investigators assigned to the San Bernardino County Sheriff's Human Trafficking Detail concluded a 4-month investigation into a human trafficking ring with the arrest of a then 29-year-old Dale Morrison, aka Monster. Authorities identified at least 5 females and 2 juveniles
God,
that were working as prostitutes for him. 7 years later, on July 5th, 2021, Loose Cannon and the Rolling 60s ran up into Dale Morrison's unlicensed weed dispensary with firearms on behalf of Crips gang leader Big U. And no one should feel sorry for the weirdo creep that pimped children because he's a monster. Here's the phone.
Let me just say that to y'all real quick. Did y'all hear that? 5 women, 2 juveniles, 2 kids, 2 little girls. 2 little girls. He was pimping. I know. I gotta keep. I watched it already, so I'm not cracking up. I'm able to contain myself. But the first couple times I watched this, I was hollering. I'm not even gonna hold you. But this is who victim 1 is, Dale Morrison. But you know, if I'm bringing him up, there's more, because there's always more with Henny, right? Let's continue.
Phone conversation between Loose Cannon and Monster that Three Fingers Whack was talking about. And this.
Why is Loose and Whack on the phone with somebody who, you know what? Let me let y'all listen.
This is the Cartoon News Network with its feature presentation, The Unsympathetic Story of Victim 1, Dale Morrison, Monster.
Boom. Probably about 8 months ago, Luce disappeared. He called me. Where you at? Dago. You doing in Dago? Bro, motherfucking feds picked me up talking about some shit with Big U, and boom, 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 boom. I said, what?
Now, why come we never heard this before, that Loose Cannon was picked up by the feds prior to? Why wasn't this a topic of conversation? Huh? Anybody in the class? Why wasn't that talked about?
He said, yeah, with the Dale, but I don't know what they talking about. I said, who, Monster? He said, yeah. He said, but I don't know what they talking about. I'm like, well, shit. I hit Monster. I said, yo.
Why you got Monster number? Oh, because he was doing some club promoting for you? You comfortable with hitting Monster up, huh? Most people don't want to get on the phone with somebody. Never mind. Let's continue.
What's going on with you and Lou? He said, man, Big U told me that he the one. I said, bro, he ain't do that. I said, why would think about it? Why would Big U tell you he the one? I don't know. That's what he said. I said, I'm going to get you and Luce on the phone, bro. He ain't do that, though. Bro. That wasn't him. Luce get on the phone with it. And Dale tell him in so many words, Big U ain't right. We don't know. This is why when you were just reading it, the light came on. Before you even told me they put a robbery on it. This Big U he put that on that.
You put Loose Cannon on the phone with Dale Morrison. Dale Morrison, whose phone is hot like fire, to discuss robbery and extortion on a phone that's hot like fire. I can't wait to see Loose Cannon's indictment. Henny Glass is in the chat if y'all can't wait to see Loose Cannon's indictment, because that should be very interesting with all of the press runs he's been on and self-snitching and incriminating that he's done. And I'm going to tell you this, Loose Cannon's indictment drops and we don't see a phone call between him and Dale Morrison in that paperwork, baby, I know something. I know something. Y'all know something too.
It's going to come out, though. It's going to be in the work. I'm going to find that motherfucking recording. I got it. I got the motherfucker. I got it.
He got it.
Yeah, because Dale was told that. Big U told Dale that. You get what I'm saying? He told Dale it was, he lied on the nigga, bro. He lied on it. Said, I think I might have found it. I think that's it. This is Dale. Because Big U.
With the police shit, or feds, nigga. With the feds, you know what's going on, but at the end of the day, it's like, I got my own problem. I got my own thing. I ain't know nothing what's going on besides that. Yeah, I know, but we got wrapped up in that shit too. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what happened trickled down with Big U, but then ultimately they got me. You know what I'm saying? We know why. You know what I'm saying? But nigga, you know more than me.
Remember, Wack is talking about 8 months ago, Loose got picked up. And they on the phone. So now you got the feds recording the phone call between Dale and Loose and Wack who on the phone. And you got Wack recording the phone call as well. It's a whole lot of recording that's going on over there. On that side, on the side of things. It's a whole lot of talking and a whole lot of recording going on.
I don't know, man. Shit don't make sense for me no more, bro. You know that cause dealing with the police, bro. I don't think nobody can deny that, because that's how that's why Wack never respected Nipsey, because Wack knew shit about Nipsey that wasn't respectable. And he only know that because of us. Like,
Now, if you remember earlier today, I mentioned this. I mentioned this very phone call today. And I was saying when we talked on our spiked coffee conversations in the morning, we talked about this conversation and I told y'all I was going to come back and play it. If you talking about somebody is working on the phone where the feds are listening, The feds would have shut this down. If he was really working. Because you would have put somebody in jeopardy. Slap ass gang, y'all gotta stop coming in here talking about people got released that didn't get released. I just checked TMZ and I ain't see nothing. And that would have been everywhere. This is the conversation that I was talking about.
I watched that shit. It might be true. You know what I'm saying? He got that recorded of Nipsey talking to the police and they try to use it against him. Maybe it might be true, but shit.
No, but what I'm saying is because it's like, you know, like with that situation on downtown or whatever, like that when the feds came and got you, because I you think they just got me a couple of months ago.
Yeah, but what relationship me and you got? Me where somebody can get to you because of me. How is that even possible?
No, so basically they asked me about you because of the Big U situation. I guess y'all hit cuz or said.
But Kevin, you the right hand of him. How they gonna ask me about it? Come on, you know more than anybody.
They didn't ask me about you. You get what I mean? They asked me about you, but then they said about the situation with Big U with the extortion shit. You get what I'm saying? So when they said that, I'm thinking on 6-0 like you had something to do with it, but then I thought about it is they asked me about information about you, but I know it's not coming from you because we already know what happened with that shit. You know what I'm saying? So I just had to think about it because when they came and questioned me, then homies, it was like out the blue, like hit me at the gas station. Remember, cuz when we came in there, I came in with my squad, cuz, and then remember we took everything. When we took everything, we had to the spot. You know what I'm saying?
I would like to talk to you more openly when I know you might be recorded and I got to stand on. You know what I'm saying? So
we talking freely. Yeah, no, we talking freely.
And there's just some shit that I be thinking about that I be putting together, even like you in a trial situation. I can see you pushing around, and then a phone call happens, they get an energy switch, and then you kind of look like, because I'm telling you, nigga, it's just shit I would like to talk to you about, man, but you know.
Hold on. Because I'm trying not to say it, but I'm going to say it anyway. I don't care. I'm going to say it. First of all, my guy, when did Luce get picked up by the feds ahead of this? The feds got him 8 months ago. He been talking this shit to put it all out on C. Thank you, Lou from the Lou. Let me come over here for a second. Let me come over here. Let me lean in, Lou. Me and you locked in. We locked in. Thank you, hey, Las Vegas Freedom News. How you get picked up 8 months ago and you on the phone with a snitch? You on the phone with a snitch? Whack on a 3-way call with 2 snitches snitching. You can't make this shit up. Hold, please. Oh, I love it. I love it. Oh, I love it. Can we get this to the email, please? uno momento, my people. Because y'all know Henny Legal be in here listening, okay? They be in here listening and getting to work, okay? It's about then the thunder rolls and the lightning strikes. Another love grows cold on a sleepless night as the storm rolls on out of control. Another love goes cold as the thunder rolls. You sending me all of this in a picture? Wait a minute. Sorry, y'all. Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to divert your attention to the following photographs. Okay, you know what? You just gonna keep sending. So, hold on. Let me hold on 1 second. Let me make sure that my I's is crossed. My T's is dotted and my I's is crossed before I say something. I want to look at this again. Loose cannon remains detained. Oh, they on it. Okay, so that's what they were showing me. Loose cannon has not been released. He is remanded. He remains detained. He's still detained. He's not. Y'all got to stop this. Hold on. Let me see something. Because I'm looking at the paperwork. But you know what? While I'm looking at the paperwork, y'all could be watching the video. That's what y'all could be doing. So let me get that video back playing for y'all, so y'all can finish watching the video.
No, but you know, Monster, have I lied on Cuz?
Like, I don't think so. I think you probably got, because see, I can't talk openly for real, because I can't be on I record this conversation.
No, bro, I'm not recording you. You know, I told you on Neighborhood Chris, I'm not recording.
Hey, everybody is out here. We're waiting on you.
Yeah, no, but everybody out here. But what I'm saying to you is, Monster, is like I'm not harboring or anything like that. You good with me? You get what I'm saying? I'm not gonna do that.
That's what I want to get to. That part.
You get what I'm saying? On TikTok, but you have to understand, like, bro, the situation I had and I did say to you, it was only because of Big U, and you know that. But what I'm saying is, like, cause the shit that I was doing, and I didn't want to lay y'all shit down. I didn't want to do certain things to y'all. You get what I'm saying? But cuz lied. You get what I'm saying?
Right there is when Lou started fucking with him, when dudes started lying to him. And that's when that nigga did that shit with this man and told this man Luce did it.
I listen to your podcast. You clearly a cop. You like fingers in your ass, boy. You really a thot.
Put that picture of him laying on his diabetes belly and his ass was up.
Right.
She said she put 3 fingers in his ass.
Did she say that?
She did. 3.
Yikes.
We got the winos calling him 3-finger whack.
That's a different time. You got a plan in your back doing the come here sign? West side.
She said she put 3 fingers in his ass.
Did she say that?
She did. 3.
Yikes.
We got the winos calling him 3-finger whack.
West side.
God.
The night of the birthday party, Henley, Robinson, Martin, and other associates turned up at the club. A victim told authorities he watched as Robinson, Martin, and 3 other associates took a different victim into a back room and extorted $30K from him. None of the promised celebrity rappers arrived, according to the complaint.
You know what's crazy about it? It's the same. That's Dale again.
No fucking way.
Yeah, he be doing parties and shit. Listen, I botched something up and didn't know it. I booked it. What's nephew name? Sada Baby, a couple years back, and I didn't know I was booking it for Dale. Actually, I did. I booked it for Dale, and Dale said, I was wondering. He said, Wack, you gotta come. I said, what you mean I gotta come? I'm gonna make sure you're there. Nah, Wack, you gotta be there. What you mean I gotta be there, bro? I don't do clip. Wack, just I'm gonna feel comfortable. I give you the money, you give it to them. He said, Wack, you come get the money from me. I said, all right, cool. So when I show up, shit get weird. I turn and say, hey, listen, I don't know what you think got going on, but it can't go on right here, right now. Now I'm conducting business. They say, Wack. I said, listen, bro, I'm going to tell you once. That's it. When I put my hands up, shit start moving around in the parking lot. They like, Wack. I said, homie, I'm here to conduct some business. Make sure nephew get in here and get up out of here. That's it. Whatever y'all got going on ain't my business. You just can't do it while I'm standing here. Now, if you want to do that, then it's going to be this and that. It ain't worth it, homie. Right? So they looked at me and they let it be. So I'm looking at this nigga Dale like, bro, what the f you got going on? He called me the next week. Hey, bro, think you can come out, bring your team to the... No, nigga. No. But somebody told me, hey, bro, you know, boy think you did that on purpose. I said, did what on purpose? He said, book Sada Baby. So I'm not doing the math, Prince. He talking about me booking Sada Baby got to do with Big U. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not putting it together. You get what I'm saying? But what you just read, right, that's the nigga they took in the back. Dale was already twisted on some shit. I'm going to find a recording. I got it. He told us he cooperated. Big U been telling people, if you didn't hear 600 say, Big U been telling people we got to do 4 years for extortion. He been saying it. That's that. That's that.
On our next show, we'll take it back to Chicago to explain how Adam 22 and Three Fingers Wack are exploiting gang culture in America's gang capitals, LA and Chirac, with dangerous results. We ask, why are they doing it, and who do they work for? Smash that like button and ring that notification bell because you won't want to miss it.
I won't deny you. I'm a slave.
Y'all make sure y'all go check them out. Cartoon News Network. They are hilarious, as y'all saw. Now, what are we looking at, Henny? What we're looking at is the paperwork for Dale Morrison. That's what we're looking at. And this paperwork begins in 2021. But wait, before we get there, I should bring you here. Let me bring you here. So, this is a newspaper article pertaining to Dale Morrison. And why are we here, Henny? Because we're going to learn a little bit about who this man is. And so, here is the tale of Dale Morrison. It begins on July 25th of 2014. Dale Monster Morrison, who was 29 at the time, was arrested for human trafficking. He had 5 females and 2 juveniles, as we heard. And the females were working out of hotels and motels in high desert Ontario and Redlands areas. Okay. Morrison was booked at the High Desert Detention Center on numerous counts of pimping, pandering, human trafficking charges, and several traffic-related warrants. Bail was set at $375,000, and this came from San Bernardino County Sheriff's Narcotics Division Human Trafficking Details. So now, 2014, But we have an order to unseal in 2021 right here. This document is no longer sealed. And what is this document? Well, this is an affidavit and an arrest warrant. Dale Morrison, United States versus Dale. But this is from Ohio. This is from the Southern District of California. So this Ohio arrest came down from Ohio to California, where Dale was arrested. And this is his docket sheet for California. On this docket sheet, it was terminated 5/6 of 2021. But remember, Dale had that prostitution thing going on in 2014. So what was it? It was conspiracy with intent. This with intent to possess narcotics for the purpose of distribution, and possession with intent to distribute narcotics with the purpose of distribution. Yeah, this is what this was. Now, he gets to Ohio. And this case that's been going on since 2021 has an ends of justice on 5/26/2021 put into the case. Now, do y'all know what an ends of justice is? Henny Glasses in the chat if you know what an ends of justice is. Well, for those of y'all who don't know, it does tell you in here that an ends of justice is basically where the Speedy Trial Act mandates that the defendant be brought to trial within 70 days from the date of the arrest, which was back in 2021. Okay? The ends of justice, a court may grant a continuance that is excludable from the speedy trial clock if the court finds that the ends of justice served by continuing the trial outweighs the best interest of the public and the defendant in the speedy trial. So if you're snitching on people and you're bringing in federal cases, isn't that in the best interest of justice? Wouldn't that constitute that the best interest of the public? If he's out here snitching and getting people locked up? And it would also be in his best interest because he's now a federal employee, because he is now a snitch and an informant. Yeah. So now he's snitching and he's working for the government. And when we come to this document right here, this is another ends of justice. This ends of justice right here was filed on 5/26/2021. This ends of justice that we looking at right here was filed on this month on the 6th day of 2025. How you getting this ends of justice? Huh? Cause you working, bruh. Hold on. Cause wait, there's more. There's always more with Henny. Hold on, baby. Let me go ahead and let me airdrop a couple of screenshots to myself so y'all can see this work. Cause y'all finna get this work. Cause it's been a long time since Henny done gave y'all this work. Oh, it's raining outside. I know y'all hear that rain on the tin roof. Cause we out here in Henny Studios. Hold on, baby. Oh, it's thundering. And it's lightning. Let's get to these pictures. Let's get to that. I was trying to see if I put my magnetic lashes on, if it was going to look crude or not. All right. I want y'all to take a look at these. Where do we start? Oh, we start there. Okay. Let's share this with y'all, shall we? Because I love to share with y'all. Is this it? Yep, that's it. Now, let's break it on down. Break it on. Now, here you have the arrest date, which is here of 4. Well, you have 2021 going on up in here. All right. So he had already been in some trouble because remember, when we got over here to that prostitution case, he was arrested in July of 2014. But as you can see from here, this is from 2021. Excuse me. Let me. Okay, so we starting from 2021 because he already had the prostitution. Now we here. Do y'all see that says complaint sealed, order sealed? Let me zoom in so y'all can see this. All right. There was arrest in the other district, okay? But that ain't what we looking at. We gonna start right here. Where my mouse at? Right here. Can y'all see my mouse? We gonna start right here. 5/26/2021, which is the document that I showed you, is the first time that he got a continuance for ends of justice. 7/14/2021, he gets another continuance, another ends of justice. 9/30/2021, after a status conference. And these are all after a status conference, okay? He gets the first one. There's a telephone conference. He gets the ends of justice. In July, on the 13th of July 13th of 2021, a status conference. He gets another ends of justice. 9/29/2001, order to continue, end of justice, status conference, end of justice on 9/30/2021. Okay. Then we got a status conference, notice of attorney appearance, add and terminate attorneys, an order for continue in another ends of justice on January 13th, 2021, a status conference on February 24th, 2022, and he gets another ends of justice on March 2nd of 2022. He gets a notice hearing, a status conference on the 7th of June in 2022, and on June 10th of 2022, he gets a what? An ends of justice. Oh, but wait, there's more. There's more. Let me get this other one to y'all. Can y'all hear me? Okay, with this rain coming down, can y'all hear me good? Henny glasses in the chat if y'all can hear me, because I feel like y'all can't hear me because I can hear all this rain hitting this roof right now. It is storming outside, okay? It is storming Norman. Y'all can hear me? Okay, y'all can hear me. Grateful put the Henny glasses and said, I can hear you. Okay, good. Because I would hate to have to repeat this. Okay, so now here we are. June 10th, 2022, ends of justice. All right. So now, September 8th, 2022, after a status conference, another ends of justice. November 2nd, 2022, another ends of justice. November 30th of 2022, they do a status conference, and on December 1st, he gets another ends of justice. On January 10th of 2023, he gets a status conference, and guess what? On the 12th of January of 2023, he gets another ends of justice, okay? Then there is an order that's put in, and then on May 16th of 2023, another ends of justice, okay? Then on June 27, 2023, you get an order to show cause, right? Then you get a response to show order to show cause. You get an order on July 5th of 2025, but then July 20th of 2023, he gets another ends of justice. August 10th, 2023, another ends of justice. October 10th, 2023, another ends of justice. December 7th, 2023, another ends of justice. Okay? Now we move into 2024. Okay? March 6th, 2024, another one. June 25th, 2024, another one. August 25th of 2024, another one. That's what he got. And ends of justice on all of that. And then we fast forward, or should I say we flash forward. We flash forward to here. And on March 6th of 2025, he has another ends of justice. But this one says, this matter is before the court following a telephonic status conference on March 5th of 2025. Counsel for the government and counsel for the defense were present by phone. Defendant requested a continuance in order to continue to review discovery. Why would you be still reviewing discovery on a case from 2021? Sneaky. Engage in plea negotiations. What plea negotiations are you still doing in 2025 for a case that started in 2021? And work towards resolving health matters. The government had no objection for good cause. The court granted this request and set this matter for status conference on June 11th of 2025. The court further finds, as discussed below, that the period between March 5th of 2025 to June 11th, 2025 shall be excluded from the calculation of the time under Speedy Trial Act. The Speedy Trial Act mandates that a defendant be brought to trial within 70 days of the date of arrest, the filing of the indictment of information, or the first appearance before the court, whichever is later. A court may grant a continuance that is excludable from a speedy trial clock if the court finds that the ends of justice served by continuing the trial outweigh the best interest of the public and the defendant in a speedy trial. A court is to consider a number of factors in determining whether to grant such a continuance, including but not limited to whether the failure to grant such continuance would deny counsel for the defendant, which it hasn't because he has counsel, the reasonable time necessary for effective preparation, taking into account the exercise of due diligence, which if your case has been open since 2021, you should have had more than enough time to exercise due diligence and prepare and collect evidence, right? And B, whether the failure to grant such continuance will result in a miscarriage of justice. A court may exclude a period from a Speedy Trial Act calculation if the court concludes that the ends of justice served by granting the continuance outweighs the best interest of the public and the defendant in the speedy trial. Therefore, the court finds the ends of justice served by granting a continuance outweighs the best interest of the public and the defendant in a speedy trial. In summary, the days from March 5th, 2025 to June 11th, 2025 shall be excluded from the calculation of time under the Speedy Trial Act. It is so ordered. Right, another one. Busy, right? The borderline entertainment, how these rats able to commit crimes and just keep telling. You know what it is for me, though? I'm going to be honest with y'all. They got to make sure what he told is enough to break his case apart, period. The boy is working and said, I got a big fish for you. Let me tell you what's so, despicable about this. And if you ever had a reason to side-eye them peoples, this would be your reason right here. This man was arrested for human trafficking and prostitution of juveniles, minor females. Y'all busted him for that in 2014. That's a disgusting piece of shit of a human being. He also caught a drug case. Now, I'm not saying anything about that. What I'm saying is he was out here having young girls selling their body in a box for him. And y'all got this type of a motherfucker, I can't even keep it cute, working for you to work off time for his case, because that's exactly what the hell he's doing. That's exactly what the hell he's doing. Let's roll that beautiful beam footage, because remember, that's what was said in the paperwork. Let me remind y'all, in case y'all forgot, that's what was said in the paperwork. Oh, it's really coming down out there. I'm surprised my mom has not called my phone and told me to come in the house. That's CW1. Let me share this with y'all. Is there a storm outside or something? Like, this is crazy. I'm stuck in the shed, y'all. Victim 1 has a criminal history that includes arrest for narcotics conspiracy and distribution, okay? Respectively, for which he is pending a sentence, robbery in violation of California Penal Code, as well as a felony conviction for human trafficking of a minor under the age of 18 in violation of California Penal Code. Victim 1 will likely receive cooperation credit based on this case in his unrelated pending drug case from the United States Attorney's Office in the Southern District of Ohio. Just in case anybody wants to. The United States District Court for the Southern District of Ohio. This is Dale. There's no getting around that. That's him. And this is the piece of shit. I'm not even in New York no more, Grateful. I'm in the South. I done moved south. It's pouring down. I don't know if y'all hear it, but the lightning is flashing and flickering and the thunder is booming, and it sounds horrible because I'm inside of my shed. Like, this is where I come to do all my podcasting. This is like my studio, my office. So I'm in here. And rain on a tin roof, it sounds like it's a hurricane outside. But either way, this is the vile piece of shit that's out here snitching. And they saying victim 1 said, and victim 1 said, and victim 1 said, and victim 1 said. Fuck what victim 1 said. Why the fuck is he even considered a victim when he got victims his goddamn self that were underage and minors? Can we talk about that for a second? Can we talk about that for a second? That's a pedophile to me. His name is right, Monster. And if he gets up in them jailhouses and they get their hands on him, I don't want to hear nothing. I don't want to hear justice for Monster from nobody. Justice for them little girls. How about that? Justice for them little girls. Now, when you're a grown-ass woman and you make a decision and you decide that you're going to sell your body, that's something that you're doing of your own free will and of your own recognizances. But when you are young, and I don't give a damn if these are girls that are moving fast or none of that shit. An older man who was 29 years old at the time with 2 juvenile little girls, and he got out on the track, you know that means that they was out there selling a box. He was out there snatching money from them. He was out there beating them and exploiting them. And I wouldn't put it past that he was probably doing other things. That for the sake of the channel, I ain't going to say. But that's your victim 1. That's your informant 1. That's who's over here snitching. That's the victim 1. But the government deems this so improper.